I'm not a good storyteller, so please bear with me. A short background story. My husband was a former bully during his school days. He told me different stories how he and his friends bullies their classmates, be it verbal or physical. In short, he has this bad boy reputation in school. By the way, my husband grew up in different country. Now he is a family man and already a changed man who will do anything he can do to help those people around him. I'm sure he already feel remorse for what he did in the past and try to live in the present as a better man. Yesterday, we let our kids play in the playground on their own. When this known bully kid, a boy, had intentionally kicked and hit the ball to my daughter. It was not actually the first time it happened. The first time was even worse because when my girl get hit by the ball, she fell hard to the ground, resulted in a scratch, blood, and bruise in her left knee. Of course, I didn't let it pass, and I report the incident to the school, as they were studying in the same school. The boy didn't ask for apologies despite the teacher asked him to. Since it was Sunday, me and my husband was just in the house when both of my girls rushed back at home and told us what happened. Without any hesitation, my husband goes to the playground and look for that boy. When he saw the boy, he confronted him and slapped his face right away. But the boy didn't even cry. His face reaction was just the same, despite my husband was so angry shouting at him. So what my husband did, he pulled him in the nearest trash bin. He opened the trash bin, he carried the boy and put him inside upside down. The boy quickly removed himself from the trash bin while my husband kept shouting and insisted him to sit down inside the trash bin and stay there. My husband even demonstrated and punches the trash bin hard to scare that boy that never ever touched our girl again. To be honest, I feel sorry for the boy at that time. Sure, he deserved some punishment, but not like what my husband did. From a mother's point of view, it was too much for me. By the way, that boy was adopted and raised by a single working mother. I asked him why he did that. My husband regretted and feels sorry too for him. But as a former bully, he said talking to him is useless. The boy needs to experience those so that he can realize for the bad things he did, and hopefully it may leave and instill a fear inside that he will never bully someone else anymore. Today it was reported in our school. We talked to the teacher and later my husband will go to the police station as someone reported about what happened to the incident. My husband is ready to face the consequence of what he did. At the end of the day, a father has to do its job to protect his daughter at all cost. On the other hand, the story was a hot topic now in my daughter's school. I am just surprised that their classmate was cheering my girl's dad and think this boy deserved what happened to him. My husband may be a monster to some, but in my girl's eye, he is her superhero. This is a hard read, to be honest. On one hand, it's good that someone stood up for your kid, but on the other hand, your husband is an adult and he beat up a kid. The kid could use some disciplining, but the way your husband went about it is overkill. It's violence and verbal abuse na. Nasa basurahan na tapos sinigawan pa. At the end of the day, your husband is still the bully, but this time he's even worse because he's picking up on little kids who can't really fight back. Sana you explain to your daughter na even if her father is her hero, what he did was not right and she should never try to handle things the way he did. Hanggat maaari, violence is never the answer. Baka trouble din yung bata. Tapos ginawa ng asawa mo, former bully asawa mo, di niya alam lahat. Makikita ng anak mo na violence solves anything. Two wrongs don't make it right. Di ako naniniwalang remorseful yung asawa mo kung part pa din ng ways niya na mambuli ng bata. Tangina, di na nakontento sa sampal, sinobrahan pa. Sana mabugbog yung asawa mo. Two wrongs don't make it right. Also, the boy is a child. He may not comprehend right from wrong fully. Your husband is an adult who should know better. Instead of talking to the boy and his mother, he demonstrated to the boy and your daughters that it's okay to hurt someone just because they are bigger and older. Your husband is still a bully, only this time he hides behind defending his kid as an excuse. That kid deserves a lesson, but not from your husband. Sorry to say, but this seems like this is your husband's karma from his bullying days. He may be the superhero now, but I'm not sure if that's how you will feel kapag nakahain na mga demanda sa kanya. Mahirap kapag matanda versus bata sa usapang legal. And the law is on the kid's side. Lawyer up, OP, and you will be needing a good one. He was adopted and raised by a working single mom. Wala sigurong nagbibigay ng atensyon sa kanya, that's why he do such things. I feel bad for him though. But yeah, he deserves a punishment. I wish my mom was like that when I got bullied all throughout high school. They would just tell me na hayaan na lang. And now, I'm an adult. I don't know how to fight back. I could understand how a full-grown man capable of reasoning and the father beat up a kid. I mean, between the two, it's evident that the husband should be the most logical one, but he acted contrary to what is expected from him. Sure, bully yung kid. Pero that's still a kid, and how can he be sure that what he does will teach the kid a lesson? Because he was a bully before. That doesn't mean that they will have the same reaction, but what if it made him worse in the future and would grow up beating more women? He should have complained in the school and petitioned the kid to be kicked out rather than physically assaulting the kid or talk to the mother. I feel bad for your daughter, but I also feel bad for the kid. The last statement irks me. Anyway, logic is thrown out the window when it comes to family, and I know that what your husband did cannot really be forgiven because let's face it, the punishment was an overkill coming from a man of legal age. But then again, we go back to the no logic for family clause once more. Either way, family protects family at all cost. Ang gusto ko lang naman sabihin dito ay I guess ito yung sinasabi ng mga matatanda na kapag may ginawa tayong mali isang araw, sisingilin tayo ng tadhana sa ibang paraan na minsan mas matindi. Bully begets bully. Sa ibang way nga lang niya nakuha yung bullying through your daughter. Let this instance be a learning to everyone. Lastly, please refrain from using my husband was a superhero to my daughter. Even what he did was at your daughter's best interest. Maling-mali pa rin and sana never magkaroon ng justification ng violence kahit gaano pa kalala ang nararamdaman. Hugs. Sana humupa na yung situation. Hope things work out for good. Sis, oo. Sinabi mong mali siya. You tried to reach out to the mom to just say sorry although your husband caused bodily harm to child. You should also offer to cover the medical attention the kid needs. Alam mo kung bakit sinasabi ng mga tao na you're tolerating him? You didn't take away your kid from your husband even though she witnessed the violence. You're saying na wag niya lang akong sasaktan at mga anak ko, so okay lang na manakit siya ng anak ng iba basta hindi kayo. Where in the grand scheme of things did you think that's never going to happen? Hindi justification yung napuno para mambugbog siya ng bata. No matter kung problem child yun, violence is never a form of discipline coming from someone who's not raising him as well. You're not correcting your daughter's perception na superhero yung tatay niya. From here on forward, she will expect na makikipagbuno yung tatay niya every time she is at a disadvantage. He didn't become a better man from who he was back in high school. Get off your delusion. Demonyo yung asawa mo. Enabler ka.